Okay, hey guys, this is Caleb, and I'm going to be talking about the movie Gladiator. Just a short little few facts about it. It was made in the year 2000, directed by Ridley Scott, a very accomplished director who directed Prometheus, The Grey, and just finished up a movie, The Exodus, Gods and Kings, which is coming out. Looks really good. It had two very big stars in it, Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix. It was distributed by DreamWorks and Universal, and it made just over $457 million at the box office. A short synopsis of this film. It follows the story, the epic of Maximus, who is or was a powerful Roman general. He was really loved by his people, and especially by the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. And just before Marcus Aurelius' death, he actually chooses Maximus to be his heir and to rule over the kingdom over his own son Commodus. And this causes a really big power struggle, which ultimately leaves Maximus just barely getting away with his life and becoming a slave, and Maximus's entire family is murdered essentially and put to death. The story continues following Maximus, and it shows how this powerful general is unable first to save his family and unable to regain his former life back. This leads to him getting captured and becoming a gladiator, and he rises in the ranks as a gladiator. He starts out really low, and as he begins to fight, the people begin to love him in the same way almost as they loved him as a general. And he becomes more and more famous and popular, and uses his celebrity status to cause further damage to Commodus' empire. So essentially he's trying to get back at Commodus and have this vengeance for what Commodus did to him and his family. As Maximus continues on through his gladiator fighting, he eventually comes face to face with Commodus, and Commodus sees that it is indeed Maximus and that he is still alive. And towards the end of the movie, Commodus and Maximus finally come hand to hand in a final epic battle where Maximus ends up killing Commodus, and in the process Maximus is fatally wounded and he ends up dying. This film was loosely based on historical events. Ridley Scott wanted to portray the Roman culture more accurately than any other previous film, and because of this he hired several historians as advisors. There were some deviations from historical fact made to increase interest, make the narrative more continuous and interesting, and for practical and safety reasons. This film was influenced by two 1960s Hollywood films, The Fall of the Roman Empire and also Spartacus. This film was of a real kind of gritty nature. It showed a raw style of fighting and struggle as Maximus fought his battles. This film's mainstream success is responsible for an increased interest in Roman and classical history in the United States. According to the New York Times, this effect that it created has been called the Gladiator effect, and it's actually is a cause for a lot of movies that continued or were made after Gladiator, including Troy, Alexander, and the really popular movie 300. So this Gladiator effect that the movie Gladiator had influenced a slew of movies to come. It was a very popular movie, and it won quite a few awards, including the 73rd Academy Awards, BAFTA Awards, Golden Globe Awards, and it won 48 other prizes. What made this movie really stand out is it's really simple but good plot. A lot of films these days have plots that are just okay or kind of cliche, but Gladiator is really original and has a very good plot. This general who becomes a slave, who then becomes a gladiator, and a gladiator who eventually defied an empire. One iconic scene from this movie that everyone knows is the "Are you not entertained?" scene. I know myself quote it a lot in kind of a jesting manner, but it's a call out to the Roman Empire to make a change, and to really look at how their society is morphing in front of them and they don't even realize it. Maximus is basically trying to get them to see that they should rise up and change their empire to what they want it to be.